I've misjudged my distance here. Root. Probably need to scooch that back a bit more than I thought I would. But that's all right. We have time to fix that. Thought I'd checked that before we started. But we can make adjustments on the fly. We have that option. All righty, let's see. Let's get all the chat going. And try that again. Hello. Now that should be a little better. And we'll put that there, this here. I can't read that worth the darn, but I think I need to scooch that camera up so I have any hope of seeing the chat. Oh, that doesn't quite work. Hello. Let's see if maybe that'll do. Oh, this is so wobbly. I am still not having much luck here. Curious. I'm gonna also put this a bit higher. Something a bit more, maybe here. Looking for that, kind of shoulder to shoulder. It's a little high, a little bit higher than I wanted. Let's drop it a little bit more. Let's try that. How's that? I think that's okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. We got done doing some filming today, so. Yes, we did. That was part of the reason why I came back out. But, nope, that was bad. Trying a thing. Maybe something more like that. Yeah, I'll take it. Works for me. Hello. Fortunately, you can't really drive this properly to the ground for suppression. Ideally, you can collect both their sword and, you can get it, drive it, and then drag their arm down with it, ideally. But this post will not be dissuaded. I'm doing all right. Just playing around with some ideas while I'm waiting for questions, I suppose. You have hijacked my longsword.
It was in the chair.
Yes. Well, it didn't occur to me that my sword was also in that chair with you when you took it. What are some of my favorite sword duels in media? I would say Dread Pirate Roberts versus Inigo Montoya. I mean, that's an obvious one. That one's very good. There's Yes, the Duelists is great. I like the Duelists. I'm trying to figure out if I've got like a guilty pleasure one.
Something that's like so outlandish, but you love it.
I don't know.
Someone said you're a great YouTuber. They love swords and they were a little boy.
Oh, yeah, me too. Bonk. Now I'm trying to figure out the... What's a guilty pleasure sword fight? I don't know.
Someone says they're working on a switchblade parry dagger for self-defense. What are your opinions?
I'd be concerned about the rigidity of the mechanism. It seems like it might have some concerns about what all it could actually resist. Because there's very little tang to support the rest of the blade when we're talking switchblades.
Someone mentioned Malcolm Reynolds' sword duel from Firefly.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a very good one. Malcolm Reynolds, sword duel. Maybe I need to get you on a mic.
I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone can hear you over there. Nope.
I don't know, chat.
I whiffed it.
Hear me? Sound off.
Blech. There.
Someone's asking how would you rate the choreography for Pirates of the Caribbean movies?
Oh, okay. Actually, I've come to really admire the very first duel between Will Turner and Jack Sparrow when they're in the smithy. I actually really like that one. There's a lot of really good like banter there, and the timing of the action to the music. Oh, it's wonderful. Binding and winding. You'd be amazed at how many cuts and thrusts these flared tips take. You'll be like, you'll accidentally just parry one like, whomp. Oh, come on, I can hit it. I keep coming like next to it.
Yeah, chat said they can hear me. I'm just quiet.
Ah.
I don't feel like yelling for the neighbors.
Pop, pop, pop. Anything else coming?
Jill Barra has a great video on the duel between Will and Jack Sparrow.
Huh.
Oh, thank you, Bang. We are having a good day. Got the filming done, and now we're just hanging out.
Yep.
Someone wants to know how good HEMA style fencing is for fitness. I'd imagine the muscle groups in your arms are much stronger now than when you started.
That's an interesting one. It's any fitness is better than no fitness. That's the be all end all, right? But going into it with the expectation of getting fitness out of it is probably not the way to go. I think like if you're trying to get fit and you have the tolerance to do basically like anything else, that'll probably give you better results. But again, any fitness is better than no fitness. So if sword fighting is what it takes to get you moving, then do it. You will be better. You will be stronger and faster and whatever than you were when you weren't doing anything. But it is not going to necessarily get you to the on its own. It's not necessarily going to get you anywhere to like pass like what the what's it called, the pacer or whatever thing.
On the pacer test?
Yeah. It's probably not going to get you through the pacer test on its own.
Two things came in. One, someone's just requesting that you make sound effects for your swishes.
Oh, sometimes I do.
What are some of your favorite entry plays to get into measure?
Ooh.
I thought it was a good one.
Ooh, that's a fun one. My favorite entry play is to stab them in the face. That's my favorite entry play. If someone's, as long as somebody's not point forward, if their point's anywhere else but point forward, one of my favorite ways to enter is to just give them that, and then watch. I don't intend to land the thrust. If it's there, I'll take it, right? Like if I can get the thrust, sure, I'll go for it. But I'm not expecting that thrust to land, so I just throw the thrust out, and I watch, and they will then go boop, and then I go pop in there. Ideally, I get away before they even make contact, because I don't want them to like hit and like have the recognition that they've made contact and then they feel me leave, because that's going to make it easier for them to come back. What I want for them to do is I do thrust at their face and they go and then they whiff it, and then I'm in. That's the ideal outcome. If they do make contact, it's not a big deal. I just take the energy from it and I keep going. But I find that I get a higher hit percentage if I'm already gone before they make contact with my blade. So they come in, I'm already out. And the important piece of this is that you target where they were. So if their blade's hanging out over here and I give them the thrust and they go to parry, I'm going here. However, if their blade was down here and I go and I thrust and they come sweeping up against it like this, I'm going below, back to wherever they came from, and I'm hitting there. That is a very consistently effective opener. They have to respond to the thrust threat. They have to, right? Either they do, and you can play off that, and boom, and now you have initiative, or they don't, and you just hit them on the thrust. The thing to watch out for that opening is if they counterplay your thrust, that might shift it to be not so good for you. Because if they come in, if their response to your thrust is to like try to upset into your thrust, you have to now immediately deal with a thrust in your face. So that's a pretty good way to win that back from the opener. So they throw that opener thrust at you, you thrust back at them by gathering their blade. And so if it's a scenario where I've managed to escape, because that was my intention all along, is I was waiting for that blade to come out so I can try to chase the opening, I then see this point in my own face, and now it flips, the script flips, and now I'm the one making the parry. But usually that just ends us in some sort of this place where neither of us really has an advantage anymore. So it's you just kind of play it out from there. So it's not a terrible option. The way that opener can go badly for you is if they space you out. So if you do the provocation and they see that coming in and they just full on, like you need to catch them with the thrust. Like you need to startle them with it. Because if I just walk up to them and I'm just like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna boom, and I do it, they're just gonna and then just disengage and they're gone. You have to bait them close enough to you where they're not going to be able to just walk away and hit you for it. So that's the big catch, is that you have to choose the right time to do it. But that's my favorite opener. And you can do that as just a straight thrust, or you can do it as part of a cut. So I will often open it from a cut. So I might be here and I might go like, boom, in, cut. And you can do it from any which way. With longsword, I'll often do it from below. So with longsword, I'll be down here or something, and I'll go, boom, like that. I'll sweep up. Well, not this side because they're warding that side, right? I would go, boom, here. They go to parry, and then off I go. I think that gets the gist of it. Openers, other openers I like. I assume there's been quite a number of comments since I
had forgotten what the question was. I was like, I'm sure you're still on topic.
Other openers, I'm a big fan of just cutting up from Vexel. So I will often start with some sort of cut from below in Vexel. This is not necessarily given toward them. If I might just go like boom, and I get here and I watch, and then I do an action from there. Or maybe I actually come in with intent. So maybe I'm coming in, I did a video on this one where you just double it up. So that first one is often given toward their hand, but I'll take whatever I can get. So it'll often end up hitting their blade because they're going to pull their hand back once they see me going for the hand. So it usually ends up contacting their blade, boom, pa, and you're in. I like that one a lot. Okay, I'm going to stop there.
One person put this comment 3 times that they saw your great coat video. They found a Belgian field cup.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot what it was.
I think I've seen those.
They found one on eBay and he bought it because of the video.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those on eBay. I think those are probably a pretty good bet.
2 comments that I remember. One was, what's your favorite Soulsborne? And then would you do a collab with Sellsword Art?
Oh yeah, I've talked to. Oh yeah, Sellsword and I have communicated. We have one in the works if we can find the timing for it.
Where's he at? Where are they at?
It's going to be an E collab because there's no way we're just too far. He's down in Texas, I believe.
Texas trip.
I'm not going to Texas. It's hot enough here.
Yes.
I'm not going to Texas. Oof, I'll die.
Remember other questions. You prefer studying Meyer or Lichtenauer?
At this point, it's Meyer. There was another question before that, though, wasn't there?
I'm sure there was a bunch.
There was my favorite Soulsborne.
Oh, Soulsborne, yeah.
That's a tricky one. I think through sheer hours, it's got to be Dark Souls 1. I played Dark Souls 1 to death, but I also played Dark Souls 1 when I had more free time, so... Sekiro has my favorite combat, though. I love Sekiro's combat. I have to do a video on that. That's on my to-do list. Okay, and then... Yes, Sekiro is a Soulsborne.
I did not realize that.
It's in there with like Bloodborne being like a weird one.
I just like this question. How long do you dunk your Oreo for?
I don't dunk my Oreos. Yeah, there you go. I don't dunk them. No dunking the Oreos. But someone was asking about do I like Meyer or Lichtenauer more? So my HEMA history here is that I'm with Triangle Sword Guild. It started out as strictly an early KDF, a Ringdeck, Danzig, Lev kind of Lichtenauer approach. So the first 6 years or so of me doing HEMA was strictly just that stuff over and over. And then I got to a point where for advancement in my club, you have to sort of dig into a primary source on your own and be able to compose a curriculum based on that material. So I chose Meyer as my study. And since then, I am like fully Meyer pilled at this point. So I've fully embraced it. And now it has distinctly influenced my fencing. So when I go and fence the head instructor now, he'll just be like, you're doing the Meyer stuff again, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, I am.
I'm just going to keep going at the bottom of the chat. Have you always been this stylish, or did you realize you should become more stylish, and then someone wants you to spin?
Stylish. That was something I started to experiment with in college. I saw college as an opportunity to kind of reinvent myself. So that's where it really started in earnest, was I went to college. I'm like, this is my chance. This is my opportunity to be a new me. I'm going to do my own thing. So I actually started doing the fancy dressy stuff before I did sword fighting. The sword fighting came soon after, but it did.
Where do you get your swords/shields? And then the most realistic sword fighting movie?
Swords and shields and such come from all over the place. So it's always really hard to give an answer for that. But most of what I buy at this point is now available from either Cult of Athena or Purple Heart Armory. You can find most of what I buy from there. My shield, my big heater shield came from Rosie. You've been digging. My big heater shield came from the jousting hare. That was bad. Someone said to do a spin. I don't know. That's not a spin. I didn't commit. I didn't commit to the bit. Do a spin. Do a spin. Oh, wait. I'm going to do the cool one. I'm going to do the cool one. No, you come here. You go there. You go here. Okay. Good
question, because I'm ignoring the race baiting in the comments.
What?
Y'all gonna get booted out. Are the For Honor videos honest, or did Ubisoft make you say some things?
Oh, they didn't make me say anything. The only thing that I got back is that they corrected me on some mechanical stuff that I had misremembered. But for frame of reference, like the reason why I did that one is because I played For Honor religiously for years. I really like For Honor. So that video, when the opportunity came to do that video, it was like, you're going to pay me to do a thing that I do anyway? Okay. I mean, if you all look back, I mean, I've done For Honor videos before. I believe it was the Highlander video that actually kind of put me on their radar. So as far as I understand, they had seen my Highlander video, and they're like, we want more of that. We're going to pay you to do more of that. Please do more of that. And I said, okay, I'll do more of that. So yeah, the only feedback they gave me was just correcting me on some things that I had forgotten about in the last few years. But other than that, that was all me.
Do you have any original weapons, not to fight with, but to collect? This person does antiques in France.
I have a circa 1560 halberd from Germany. And I have French. I have a model 1882 French infantry officer's sword as well. It was made in 1903.
Someone's confused and thinks you're left-handed.
I am not left-handed.
It does look like you're lefty on the...
The feet is mirrored. I'm not left-handed.
Someone called you Sword Daddy. Love them. Where can I get a small sword or spadroon?
I
think I've missed some.
That's not something I am super up on. I believe Castile makes a decent one. Castile makes anything, though. I think Cavetan has a small sword. But Spadroon, I have no idea. But a Spadroon's such a weird sword, you can kind of just build one.
Someone said, are you middle-handed?
Am I middle?
Like that one.
Maybe.
Are you two gonna sword fight? Does filming count?
I'll sword fight you.
Lose.
She sees me making the face at her.
Most of the time, I lose. Sometimes I get a random lucky hit in. That's about it. It's like when I hit Kurt, and I was like, this will never happen again. A lucky shot.
Kurt was so proud of you, though.
He was so proud. Alright, where did you find your trench coat?
eBay. Well, actually, my trench coat was from my friend.
Someone wanted to know about the stand.
What about the
They
stand?
called it the thing with the blue knots.
That is a bicycle. That's a bicycle repair stand.
Wait, what currency is that? Someone just said get pregnant.
What?
I don't know. They sent you money. I don't know what currency this is.
Oh.
2000 of something with like a W line.
That's cool.
Does anyone know what currency that is? What is that? You know, I'm gonna like that one. You can't, but thanks for the money. Oh no, I left the screen. Do you do male-on-male sword fights? Mostly,
I suppose mostly.
Someone wants to know about the cloth hanging around your waist.
That is a sweat rag. That is something I started doing. It helps. I swear by it. Everyone's like, "Oh, nice sash you got." I'm like, "It's my sweat rag."
Do gangs try to recruit you because you're so good with swords?
Do what?
Do gangs try to recruit you?
Not here.
attack.
Oh, I didn't do my spin. I forgot.
Someone did ask, what is your favorite combo?
My favorite.
I forgot about that.
My favorite spin/attack.
Strange comments.
Spin/attack. I don't know. It's be like. I don't know. I don't spin much. I mean, I guess there'd be like something like that, maybe.
What do you think is the most flamboyant combo? Like you're just going for style points. Where are you going?
No, I mean it's got to be the here. This is the 2-for-1. It's got to be the here pop boom, there.
Okay, yeah.
It's got to be that. That one's the like, just boom pop, boom. I missed. Most people are wider than this. Though I'm personally a fan of the less ridiculous one, which is you just go pop, boom, and then you're there. Because you get into a grapple. So maybe you do some sort of like action here. It goes high, you grab, boom, there. I like that one a lot. Big fan of that one.
I want to know what you do for a living.
I work in law, but I am not an attorney.
Someone knew the currency is won. So like 1,000 won is $1.
Ah, I see.
Obligatory gun comments.
Obligatory gun comments.
Yep. As a sword, like I missed the original one. As a sword fighter, would you rather be really tall or really short?
Tall. Easy. Easy. Really tall. No question.
The page wife is hiding off screen. I'll pop in eventually. 1v1 no weapons. I don't know. I'm terrified of grappling too. Respectable mustache. They did the hands like this.
Oh, thank you.
Explain the point of what you're doing. Isn't the best way to win is to stay on distance?
Wait, what?
I'm
Like-
guessing, like, isn't it better to stay far away?
What is the point of what the grapple? Like, what's the point of the grapple?
I don't know. Rosie's opened the door. Hey, what's it called? PAWG.
It's like a streaming thing. It's like, whoa, poggers or whatever. I don't know.
Makes me think of POG. Remember POG?
I think it comes from Twitch. It's like a.
Going through because Rosie opened the door.
That was bad. Redo. To be fair, that cut is not going to roll well. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to go like this, and it's a scooping cut. But I'm scooping against an object that will not be scooped. So once you go scoop, no good happens. It's not like I'm going long edge, which will flow. It's all about that angle. Inward angle, outward angle. Inward catches, outward slides. I'm the new For Honor helper. I am not the new. I did a video series for them. I have not heard anything else from them since. I don't think I have any sort of official For Honor title now. I just did a video series. One and done as far as I know.
They like came back in the comment is POG is a sex thing, I think. People are weird. That tracks for a comment section. I'm afraid to Google it.
Oh, I see. Not POG. Because there's oh no, POG. POG is Pogger, is short for Poggers, which is excited. Like, wow.
Oh, I don't know.
Ah, I love that one.
Do you practice for a fight, or is it just combos movement for yourself? Maybe people don't know what to do.
Yes, to both. I do fence, but I find that if you're actually fencing to like practice how to out fence somebody else, I find that pair drills are just, there's nothing solo that can be done. I think let me try to figure out how to phrase this. If you are practicing something that can be practiced with another person, you will get better feedback if you do it with another person, but we don't always have access to somebody to fence with, or that maybe you're trying to just work on one specific kind of body mechanics thing. So solo practice is really good for zeroing in body mechanics and just getting reps in. But of course, you're not going to get any sort of sense of resistance from whatever you're practicing against. So there's this element of artificiality here that's just, if you're over reliant on it, it will cause you problems, I think. But I think as a way to simply get reps in and just get your body moving, it's very useful. It's good to just calibrate your cuts. And maybe you've been practicing a specific cut sequence. Then yeah, that's it. Practicing against the target will help in that respect. But I think it's no substitute for actually sparring somebody.
Just because I said I don't block people, don't you insult my husband. Screw you. That's his name.
Whew. Hello.
I just put a comment that like we try not to ban people because like engagement's engagement, and then I went back and that guy's gone.
Let's see.
Monetize idiots. It worked.
What? Wait, somebody asked something. What? I just thought I already forgot.
No, Matt, not you.
What was the? Someone asked
I
a.
actually didn't see anything wrong with your comments, Matt.
Someone asked a good question. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So, let's see.
I think I need glasses.
Yeah, so is there any advantage to having a less complex guard? There are definitely some people who swear by them. They do definitely shift. If you build up the weight in the hilt, it will influence the handling of the sword. So there are some people who are really insistent on having a light blade. And if you have too much weight down in the hand, it's going to shift that center of balance towards the hand. So if you want something that can give you like a really good cut feeling, but still be a light blade, you can't get but so complicated in the hand, or else you're kind of like at a race to the bottom. So if you want a really quick, nimble cutter that still feels like a cutter, you can't get but so heavy on the hilt. So that's one sort of scenario where you might want it. If you are fencing with a shield, a complex guard can get in your way. If you're trying to do, like sword and buckler, having too much on the hilt will be a problem. If you're trying to do any sort of larger shield, a lot of hilt can make it so that you have to get even further away from your shield to do anything. So that doesn't help.
Do you take your glasses off when you practice sparring with someone? We were just talking about that.
Oh yeah, I fence. Wait, I guess I don't even need my glasses on technically. I'm not actually doing any of the reading right now. Yeah, I don't need.
Comments are coming to your defense after I banned that guy.
Oh, okay. Doesn't bother me.
I know, that's why I was like, it's the same dumb comments all the time.
I wouldn't be posting stuff on the internet if it bothered me.
Like I said, the dudes talking shit can't even do a pull-up.
Oops, did I? Let's just hide that part. Nothing. Just found a gap.
Oh, I like this. Who has humbled you in your years of swordsmanship?
Humbled me.
I mean, I think I get what they're going for. Like, someone that you fight that you're like, oh, I could be better, or...
I mean, there's always Piotr.
Oh, yeah.
So I did tie him Last year's Raleigh Open, I did tie him. We then rematched and he won, but I tied him. That's the important thing. Piotr has taken gold.
Most years?
Not
silver.
The only loss I can remember at all was he lost gold and then he ended up with silver. I'm pretty sure he's taken gold every other year. So yeah, Piotr has quite the win-loss ratio against me. But I've tied him once, so I'm definitely catching up. That is the important part. I tied him recently, so I am getting there. I'm closing in on him.
People are asking me to get on camera.
It's my wife.
Hi, I'm off screen. And now I'm gonna go back to hiding. But I was like, let me not get hit with a sword.
I feel like my studies in Meyer have improved my fencing, though. I have a more thoughtful approach now, but not a in my head kind of approach. I think Meyer has equipped me with tools from a tactical approach that have helped tremendously in my own fencing.
So someone was talking about my brother humbled me the other day in a sparring match by throwing his t-shirt in my face before getting me with his John. It was cheap but surprisingly effective. Makes me think of the sword and cape that we did.
Oh yeah.
What's your opinion on Fiore?
Neat. It's Italian, so I don't study. I am admittedly a little lazy in that respect. There's a reason why I mostly study the German stuff, and it's because I've become acquainted with the terminology, and trying to unpack another language doesn't go over so great for me.
I'm pretty sure this comment is not appropriate, but I'm so confused by it. Sir, your tra-la-la looks drippy. No diddy. I don't quite know what that means. What's your favorite sword?
Longsword.
If they wanted to learn longsword or spear axe, whatever, where did they start?
I think what I always recommend is going to the HEMA Alliance Club Finder, and then trying to see if you have a fencing club near you.
Alright, so someone has asked, do you fence with saber at all? And someone else was asking if you might do a cutting stream.
Oh boy. I think if I did a cutting stream, I'd get humbled. I think I'd humble myself on a cutting stream. I don't think I'm going to do that. Also, there is.
You cut pretty well.
I cut okay. My other fear of doing a cutting stream is that feels like inviting disaster. Like, watch. Like, the one time I do a cutting stream, I just like whiff a cut and just hack a chunk out of my leg. Like.
Well, at least people could call 911 from the stream.
Well,
We have witnesses.
To where? Don't. Yeah. Don't.
Like, hey, you gotta
Okay, that is the one case where I think I'd be okay with getting doxxed is if somebody was like, get an ambulance there.
I think that's what happens if you ever injure yourself.
You yell out your address.
Yeah. Give your address, and then we move.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever do a cutting live stream. That's just that. I think that's just inviting danger. It's tempting fate in a way that I have no interest in doing.
Hello from New Zealand.
Oh, hello.
Have you ever played Chivalry 2?
Yes, I have. Not very much though.
Someone's from Brazil. My family's from Berlin. Oh, you're near Rio. Yeah, or only the big cities like Rio and Sao Paulo. Okay. Or just don't do one solo. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even then.
Yeah, even then, you never know. It's just sharps.
Yeah, I approach sharp work very carefully. I have seen way too many horror stories.
Like I always say, if that one friend of ours can slice through his arm.
Yeah, well, that was a failed demo, but
still,
but still,
a person who's super obsessed with safety.
Yeah.
Can slice his arm.
Yeah, it's not really a question of like if, it's when.
Oh, people are chiming in. Denmark, Alaska.
Oh my goodness.
Where are the rest of y'all from? Chime in. Ooh.
I'm getting too soaked. It is affecting my
Matt, I'm gonna ban you. Stop it.
Pardon?
Someone just wants to talk to me.
Oh.
I mean, it's engagement. Floor Florida, Canada, New York City, Colorado, Sweden.
Whoa, hey.
Oh, it's coming in so fast. Hold on.
I have a clubmate that moved to Sweden.
What time it is there? A little after 5
Where's it Norway?
p.m. Netherlands. Do you chat with Sellsword Arts?
Yeah, sometimes. We're both very busy, though. So it's every so often one of us will think of something to ask the other one about, and then we'll kind of chit-chat back and forth, and then we just kind of leave it at that.
Florida, South Africa, Houston. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I'm so sorry if I skip a question. Just put it back in if I do skip you. Tampa, Canada, Colorado Springs. No one's near us.
No one's near us.
Germany.
Oh, Germany. We're going to Germany soon.
Oh, Virginia. Okay, another Rob.
I'm excited to go see Maximilian's Armor.
Did you sign up?
I will. I'm just lazy.
Illinois, Texas again, UK, LA. I wasn't far from you. I was in San Diego a month ago. Czech Republic. Virginia. All right, Virginia, y'all are getting close. Russia. Sounds like their D&D group. Oregon, Arkansas. Oh my goodness. What did you from the UK?
Speaking of getting humbled, if I fence the Russians, oh boy, the Russian HEMA scene is hardcore.
Someone wants to know how fast you can go. Indiana, Poland.
Oh gee.
Who are you?
I'm already flirting with.
We're from Eastern North Carolina.
I need some water.
That's about as close as we tell people.
I need water.
But we are.
Do you have any water?
But we are part of Triangle Sword Guild, so you can look up the club. That gives you a vague idea. Is there a channel you don't care to work with?
If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Oh, someone has a beach house in the Outer Banks. Rob, you wanna invite us? We have a bunch of Robs. Scimitar versus broadsword. People have begun guessing who you might not want to work with. Eastern Europe has so many awesome events surrounding Hoover and HEMA.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be going. Well, maybe you'll be going to Eastern Europe-ish.
Ish.
Soon.
Ish.
Summer.
Ish.
We'll see.
Eastern-ish.
Do you fence any saber? And if so, what sources do you work from?
Not really. The closest thing I do is Dusak. I have a saber. I got the saber for completion's sake, just so I have like one of everything kind of thing. But saber's never really interested me.
I like this one. How do you find the motivation to continue practicing even if you're very busy? That's a good question.
Because it is my escape. That's the main. Yeah. If I haven't had a chance to fence in a long time, I get very ornery. But not in a mean, like, it's not even like it's just like I just get, I can feel it, you know. This general crabbiness.
Yeah, and I think like any martial art,
Yeah.
it's physical exercise, it's stress relief, and you're just a pretty physically active person, and your job doesn't really afford a lot of that.
No.
A few different people have asked, how can they start fencing?
Finding a club is always the easiest way. If you can find one near you. I always recommend the HEMA Alliance Club Finder. It's not entirely up to date, but it should get you a starting point. You know, if you can find a club that's at least kind of close to you, even if it's not close enough for you to actually go to, you can always shoot them a line and be like, hey, I'm blah, 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 and I'm trying to find a club. Do you know of any closer to me than you guys? And I'm sure they'll be happy to point you to anything closer.
Do you have any South Asian swords in your collection? They know that Matt Easton has got plenty.
Not yet.
Do you do SCA? If so, have you been or tried to be king?
No, I do not do SCA. There's a whole level of politicking involved in the SCA that I'm not interested in.
Hey, it took us this long to get our first gay comment. Oh, you must be new here. Keep in mind, do you do any unarmed martial arts such as judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing, or wrestling?
I used to do Taekwondo many moons ago. But it was Taekwondo was just one step in the long road of discovery to finding out I just want to hit people with swords. It was a means to an end. Blech.
Yeah, people don't like it if you're just out in the middle of the street with a sword.
Pop.
What, the rope? Oh, that's expensive. What about
What?
someone keeps saying just cut it?
No. That's the opposite of what I want to have happen. I just remembered one of the other flashy moves that I like, that I've never been able to pull off, and I think would actually technically be illegal in most tournament contexts, because it would be exposing the back of your head. So I will never be able to actually pull this off in a tournament legally, but it is cool. It follows, let's see, how does it go? It goes, you do a circle, and you pass through, and you go here, and you just crack it into them as you go past. So you can see why that would be illegal. If you can't expose the back of your head to your opponent, going boom, fa-boom is kinda everything you can't do. So it's cool. It looks cool. The picture of it is really cool. It's just the guy's just going like, oh. So it's not technically a thrust. It's a cut delivered to the underside of the chin, which could very easily become a thrust. But you give them a provocation here to draw their blade out to the side, and then you come underneath it and you pop them right in the chin. And you are specifically going boom, and you're stepping through to this side as well. It's so cool.
I think more than one person or same person multiple times. What do you suggest for HEMA in hot weather? We are in the thick of it now.
Have lots of water handy and work on your heat tolerance. That's kind of it. We fence in gear outside in the summer heat. You can't go for very long like that. That is the main thing. Know your limits. You'll get used to it over time, but know your limits. Hydrate a lot, and don't push yourself. Just do not push yourself beyond what you're safe to go for.
Someone was asking, why is it illegal? The protective gear doesn't cover the nape well enough. And then someone, kind of same thing. Isn't there a guard where you expose the back of your head?
Yes, to all of it. It's the gear does a good job, but it's largely a preventative measure. It's not that I've got my fencing mask right here. It's not that the back of our heads are that exposed. I mean, you can see, like I have protection back here, but it's just your spine is not far removed from your skin on that side. So it's basically just better safe than sorry when it comes to spinal injuries. So just no hitting the back, period. That's just the way it is. Just because you've got the neck down to the spine. It's avoiding the spine at every opportunity. That's all. It's not that the gear doesn't protect the spine, but better safe than sorry. We don't want to see somebody getting paralyzed or something.
Someone keeps commenting that they're catching knives with their neck, and I feel like that's a safety issue.
Yeah, I don't know. And then as far as guards that expose the back of the head, I mean, there are some where if I'm fully wound up like this, then yeah, I'm exposed here. If you are, it's something you just kind of tailor. You don't have to go all the way to here to take that. You could do it a bit more like this, or just be more conservative about how deeply into that guard you go, so that you're not giving them the back of your head, and then work from there. I mean, there are things that we just concede for safety's sake. That's just the way of it.
Someone said get on the tower and do a backflip.
No.
Like I just imagine the visual of it.
That's a no.
Person said they're not striking, they're practicing balisong and knife tricks.
Ah.
And I'm just concerned for your safety. We want to make sure everyone's good here. As long as you're safe, have fun. And the person thanked you for your explanation. almost 500 people.
Cool.
It's hot.
It is hot.
Do you want more water?
More water would be excellent. I will take over the chat for a moment. Thank you. Do a Zverkow. No, I'm not using a sharp sword. You will do a sword one day. Do a Zverkow. I mean, I can do as. Yeah, you know, I'm going to be fancy. I'm going to do a Zverkow with a rapier. How about that? Zverkow, boom. You can. Nothing's stopping you from doing a Zverkow with a one-handed sword. It's not quite as. You have to be a bit more careful with it because you don't have the ability to leverage against the sword. The cut itself works fine. It's stopping it if you whiff it that gets hard. You can very easily like overextend with it and completely just wrench yourself. So you have to be because you don't have that other hand being the break, right? But as long as you're actually just hitting something, it's, you know, no matter. That's always a fun one to do. The backside Zverkow. I mean, going through is fine, but as far as just the like disrespect of it, that's always a fun one. And again, if you are in a context where you shouldn't be showing the back of your head, you need to just do it like that. You should not go boom, because that's just going to get you hit. Even if that is the way to get the full hip extension. But you also don't need to get that full hip rotation because you're not actually trying to cut the person for real. If you were trying to like cleave through them, yeah, give it the whole boom, right? That's where the power is. It's all in the hips. So if you're trying to actually cleave through, give it the full gas. But if you're trying to just score a point, you know, just give it a little bit. Just give it a little pop. That's all it needs. Hello. Yes, screaming, "I feel quite hungry" does make you a better swordsman. I've ridden a horse before, but not something I do regularly. I have just a basic rubber blunt on the end of it. I prefer using spatulated tips, but I don't have that on every sword. So I will use a blunt if the tip of the sword is not spatulated. But if it's got a nice spatulation, then I'll use that. Thank you.
I don't know if you wanted me to take it back or not.
Oh no, this is going to be gone.
Okay. It's 5:30. Drink water.
Is there an ice cream truck in the back? That's the alarm for water. Spatulated has this worrying-ish, or not a rolled tip has this concerning capacity to melon ball people. So that's not great. Yeah. They also have a tendency to kind of like break in a way that spatulated tips don't. What's the heat like? It's not that bad today.
Someone said if you fence with real swords, you would fence differently. I'm not quite sure how these are not real swords.
And they're not sharp.
Well, yeah.
If ever an officer stops by class and like, "What are you doing?" We go, "They're not real."
Oh, someone said hydrate before you dehydrate.
Mm-hmm.
Roll credits.
No, they're not real swords. There are some things that would obviously change, but I mean, the idea is that the fundamentals remain the same. Chain versus plate and heat. Oh, that's an interesting one. Strictly speaking of just chain or plate, then the chain would be more comfortable to wear. but the chain is often paired with padded garments, and those garments can become hotter to wear than the plate. So that's kind of where the breakdown is. In a lot of hot climates, you will get mail without heavy padded garments underneath. So it's mail on its own is a pretty effective armor. It's susceptible to blunt impact and stuff, so that's why you pad it with something else. But even if if you need to ditch the padding for heat reasons, it's still not terrible armor on its own. So if it's, I would say just mail with maybe a really light linen garment underneath would probably be the best option there for as far as heat, dealing with the heat. But then as soon as you start putting on more layers underneath that mail, the plate would probably be more agreeable in heat. Yeah.
That's favorite fictional sword. I don't know where you're looking at.
Favorite fictional sword would be the Dread Pirate Robert's sword. Oh boy, said leather.
Oh, Asheville would love that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby. Oh, okay. I was thinking about doing the last dinner early today, but it might be tomorrow now. We're just kind of
Car meat.
She likes car meat.
She likes car meats. She's gonna steal my car at some point.
Probably. The elusive child has entered the chat.
And has left the chat.
Stream.
She's gone now.
Yep. That's the closest you'll ever get to seeing the kid.
Yeah. Do I like the way Meyer explains things compared to earlier looked in our text? That's a tricky one. So I find the earlier glosses more digestible, but I like Meyer is very verbose to the degree that it can become confusing. He can hit you with too many words, and it can be hard to parse what he actually means because he will add. He won't just say one thing. He wants to make sure that you know exactly the thing that you're supposed to be doing, but you can end up having too much information to crunch. And I find that I've gotten kind of the hang of how he writes, so I can actually get through his text easier than other people. But as soon as you put somebody else who's never dealt with his text, put them in front of it and try to get them to figure out what he's saying, you'll just see their eyes just glaze over. So I appreciate the directness of the earlier glosses, but Meyer's verboseness does pay off eventually. You end up getting a lot of interesting details out of it once you've been studying it for a while. Would I be willing to describe the sensation of putting on a fencing jacket in August for folks who have never done it? It's not bad at first. You put it on. What happened?
Oh no, I don't know where your description's going, but I'm sure it's gonna be spot on.
Oh, I just saw your own chat. Your own. So you put it on at first, and you're like, "This isn't so bad. I can do this." And then you move. You put it on, and you're not doing anything. You're like, "Yeah, I'm good. I can do this." And then you do your first 2 swings, and you go, "Oh, I've made a mistake." And then you're in it now, so you have to keep going, and then there's a break point where you can just feel your whole body just break out in a full sweat, and that feels disgusting. And then you go, by about the 20-minute mark, you have saturated the jacket, and then at that point, the fact that you're sweating doesn't matter because you're already soaked. So you just kind of normalize at that point, and then you just keep drinking water, and then you can just feel your enthusiasm for this dying minute by minute until eventually you're like, I can't do anything anymore. I'm done. And then you take the jacket off, and it's the best feeling ever.
Someone says they spray down their gear with the hose beforehand.
Mm.
Oh, I kind of love that. Thank you, Uterak.
Especially if it's cold water. That might actually...
Away.
Yes, hosing it off with cold water might actually help you.
Oh, so someone has caught you live. Where did you get that white linen jacket you always wear? Please, sir. In all caps.
The one I always wear, that was actually at Target. That was Target. That was Goodfellows. One of my favorite buys. I usually don't buy like dressy wear stuff at Target. It's usually terrible. But it's a Goodfellows unstructured linen cotton blend jacket. And I love it to death.
It's showing that you love it to death.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a little worn out.
Ooh, two good questions. Favorite pocket knife and favorite lightsaber hilt. Very different, but very similar questions.
Lagiol, or Leol. People got on me about saying Lagiol. I have spoken to multiple French people about this. I've been trying to figure it out. I've asked. The best I can say is that if it's Lagiol or Leo, it is completely a regional distinction. It is. It really just depends on who you ask. So both seem to be fine. Tomato is the way it works out. Then favorite lightsaber hilt is Count Dooku's. Full stop. I love Count Dooku's.
Someone says, where do you generally thrift? They live in the same area and want to find some better stocks.
I'll thrift anywhere. I've generally had pretty good luck with like Goodwills. I think I've had good luck with Goodwill because that's where people think that, like Goodwill is a verb essentially. Like, oh yeah, let's just go Goodwill that. Like that's so if you're looking for dressy wear, this is sort of my cerebral thing here is like if you're looking for dressy wear, good quality dress wear, you're gonna want to go where like attorneys or white collar businessmen or whatever, people who have to wear suits around where they hang out, right, where they like to live. So you're looking for like high home value areas, and then they're going to be the kind of people who are like, I got some old suits I don't want to wear anymore. What do I do with it? I Goodwill it, and then they take it to Goodwill. Like I find like that tends to be the good approach is just figure out where the richy people are living and where their Goodwill, the closest Goodwill for them is, and then go there. That's always my suggestion.
And someone clarified Count Dooku's Jedi or Sith saber.
Sith, easy. Sith lightsaber. Count Dooku's Sith lightsaber. Let's say Darth Tyrannus. There we go.
This person has. Sorry, I've been skipping this. What is your favorite shield? This person loves shields. You got them into fencing. I remember their comments a few times.
Favorite shield is. What is my favorite shield? I don't know what my favorite shield. Oh wait. Yes, I do. I have a favorite shield. And a crunch. A crunch.
Someone said, "Is 6 children a good start for a family?"
I think you've well started at that point.
Ooh, what would your character be if Disney said they wanted you to be on Star Wars?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You've kind of got your like Disney bounding character. Is that?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I always liked the thought of being like the Jedi. Everybody's like, I want to go be a Jedi Knight. I want to go on adventures and stuff. And then I was like, I want to be a Jedi archivist. I just want to work in the archives. I just want to be a Jedi bookworm.
Oh, you'd be the librarian.
Yeah, I'd probably just be one of the librarians. That'd be me.
I guess if someone asked, would you be good or a Sith? You'd be in the library.
I'd be in the library, yeah. I'd be a librarian.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to be a Jedi Indiana Jones. That would be rad. Looking for like old, go spelunking through lost, like trying to find ancient Jedi temples and return the artifacts to the temple. That'd be rad.
Someone just commented they still have to go out and do stuff. So this person asked a few times, what do they look for in a tailor shop? They have some suits from the sale that are in need of adjustment.
That's a good question. I kind of got lucky with mine.
I know you found a good shop.
I've had history. I would avoid malls. I once tried to get something altered at a mall, at like one of the mall shops. That was terrible. I hated it. It came out awful. It was the worst alteration I've ever had. So I would, as a idea, I would simply avoid any thrift shops or any tailors that have set up shop in a mall. I would not trust them.
I guess check reviews. Like,
yeah, check reviews. That's always.
In the first place.
Yeah.
That's how I found it for my wedding dress, and then you just kind of started going there.
I sure did, and she's great.
Some said Jedi Indiana Jones seems like what a child would say when answering the "What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Yeah.
I effing love it. I will attempt not to cuss on stream. Would you ever like to collaborate with Seki Sensei or other Laito practitioners?
Oh, sure. I've actually spoken with not with well wait who is I'm trying to remember who. Yeah, because Seki Sensei is actually the sensei. It's the other guy who asks Shogo, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I've actually spoken with him. There was I was in Japan. What was it? 2 years ago? Last year. Yes, I was trying to count the trips in my head, so it was last year I was in Japan and I reached out, but we spoke a little bit, but there was just no way it was going to work out. The timing wasn't right. But I'm not opposed to it. I would be happy to do it again. I love those. This is I always harp on like why whenever I have to use a sword that I like you have to put a finger over the guard for, I always get all grumpy about it because there are just so many cuts that I love to do that you're not going to do with a finger over the guard. I love my thumbed cuts too much. I love them too much. And you're just not going to do those with the finger over. There's too much to kind of like shift and get right. Because I love that right there. I love that cut. I whiffed it.
Poleaxe versus chainmail.
I feel bad for the person in the chainmail.
Chainmail's not winning.
It is.
I called you Twinkle Toes and said that's not how you handle a sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a compliment, honestly.
The gap is natural.
I'm gonna take Twinkle Toes as a genuine. That would be the best. Yeah, Twinkle Toes is exactly what you want to be as a fencer. I've gotten stuck in the loop. This cut's just too satisfying.
Someone said Seki Sensei and Robin collaborate. Absolutely no we need.
I'm breaking my. I need to stop it. I'm actually breaking it now.
Yeah, baby. Okay, just close the front door behind you because it's hot. I can. What you need? Okay, if I don't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, I can do that. Love you too. Bye, baby.
I hammered it back into place.
Sorry, we're just screaming over the chat.
What did I miss?
Oh no, it's a different person. If you ever got in a real fight, you get mauled by a teen with those girly wrist flicks.
Oh.
I feel like they mean to be insulting you, but it's actually like... Greetings from Germany. How long have you been practicing fencing? Who is off-screen voice? Off-screen voice is Mrs. Robin Swords. Hello.
Girly wrist flicks.
Oh, Colombia. We haven't. Someone asked you use a machete.
I have one. Well, technically it's the wife's. I bought it for her. I use it more than she does, though.
But it's still my machete.
Because you say no Brazilian families.
No decent Brazilian.
No decent Brazilian doesn't have a machete. Okay. That's what she says. What?
You shoot from bows. Do you do archery? I'm guessing.
Oh, shoot. Oh, yes. I do archery, yes. Not a lot of archery, but I have a bow. Blam.
What's your favorite sword type to fight with or against?
Longsword.
Okay.
It's longsword. Longsword to both.
This person got it right. People seem to be be jealous that Robin has the dexterity of a dancer.
I love it. Yes.
Talk about how fencing and dancing is very.
Yeah, dancing. Yes, fencing and dancing are like closely intertwined. Fencing is just dancing where you're trying to actually step on your partner's toes.
Compound or recurve bow? Do we have both?
We have a compound that's yours. Or wait, I always get them mixed up. I can never keep them straight. It's a recurve. I don't know. I have a longbow. I know what mine is. I have a 55-pound longbow.
Johnny, I'm gonna count you as a decent Brazilian. I'm adopting you.
Oh.
Says he doesn't have a machete. But they do have their grandpa's officer saber, though.
That
counts.
That counts, I'd say.
Should they pick up dancing to become a better fencer then?
Sure, yeah. I don't think it's a bad idea.
And someone says their dance classes incredibly help their performance.
Yeah, it's going to teach you a dance class is going to help you hone those foot skills so you don't get tangled. That's the main thing, is don't get tangled with your feet. It's going to teach you how to move your feet in like fun ways and not trip yourself up as you do so.
Someone says they want to see you shoot the longbow. You haven't really done any archery videos. Oktoberfest.
No, because there's a house.
Oktoberfest. We'll bring in the bows.
Yeah, we can do it at Oktoberfest.
Right, give us a few months.
Yeah, I don't like to shoot. There's a neighbor.
Does having a machete make me an honorary Brazilian? You know, I'm gonna adopt you too. I don't know what your name is, _ but sure. Adopt everybody. Ooh, ideally, which European nation would you go to for the purpose of learning about historical warfare?
It's an interesting one.
That's a good question.
I've always wanted to go to the Royal Armories, so it's a tricky one because like Britain has in their collections a lot of things I'm interested in. So like, I would love to go to the British museums and stuff, but I think as far as the areas I'm interested in, it would have to be Germany and its vicinity. Just because I mostly study from Germanic sources, so of course it would be fun to go to like Strasbourg and so forth and actually visit these places that I study on and try to get a little slice of what they were like.
It was a while ago. Someone said they were about to go to the armory in Leeds.
Oh yeah, I'd love to go to the Leeds Armory. Because Evergreen Fencing has done some digging on trying to figure out where Joachim Meyer lived, and he believes he has figured out the modern address that he resided at, which unfortunately the house is gone, but the houses on either side of it are still original. So it wouldn't be his house that I could go see, but I could at least see his neighbor's house. And just show up to some person's house like, hello. I'm like, what can I help you? Do you? There's a guy who used to live in a house that used to exist next to your house, and he died in 1571 or whatever. And I'm just gonna stand here and imagine what it was like, and they're gonna be like, Americans.
What is the best VR game you would recommend practicing HEMA?
I mean, none of them really do the deed. So far, I have found Blade and Sorcery to be my preference of them.
Where did Meyer live specifically? Doc's Meyer.
I'd have to look it up. Or you can go to Evergreen Fencing. Boom. I'll give them a plug happily. Go to Evergreen Fencing and then find their blog article on where Meyer lived. And then you'll know where they lived.
Someone made my favorite comment that the houses are older than our nation.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. What do you think about Salvatore Fabris? And which rapier do you use?
Oh, I'm not. Well, what rapier I use is the easy one. That I use the Meyer rapier. Again, it's never a surprise. It's like, oh, what saber do you like to do? Oh, I like to do Myers Dusek. What rapier do you like to do? Oh, I like to do Myers Rapier. What longsword do you do? Oh, I do Myers Longsword. What halberd do you do? Oh, I do Myers Halberd. There's a reason I picked Meyer. It's because he teaches everything.
The physicality of you doing that was very entertaining.
Oh.
It's like a theater kid who has to overdo everything.
Oh.
I love it.
I like Fabrice. Okay, I've skimmed.
Okay, so they were trying to ask which rapier did you buy?
Oh, this one.
From Regenier.
I have the only, not counting these, I have way more of these kinds of rapier types. Like I've got my Bloss Suitor, I've got the Meyer, but not counting any of those. If we want like a quote unquote real rapier, the only one I have is Spanish made in Toledo. The manufacturer is either something Toledo or I think maybe it's like Bellador. I'm not sure. Bellador in Toledo, if that. I don't know if I'm combining two words that didn't go together or not, but.
You have a job of saying good night.
Good night. I believe it's Bellador in Toledo. That's the best I got. Yeah, I keep doing these high thrusts, but I'm like, I gotta actually practice my.
Alexis, can you please use your YouTuber influence to get a big sword maker like Regenier to make a complex guard Dusek? Please and thank you.
No, I tried. I can say no because I tried. They weren't interested. It wasn't a Dusek. It was I was trying to get them to make a complex longsword. They didn't.
Oh, someone mentioned Malleus Martialis.
Oh yeah, Malleus likes me. Yeah, Malleus likes me. I'm working on something with them. No spoilers though.
Are you a fan of the Teutonic Knights of Germany?
Eh.
Their surcoat with the cross is notorious.
It's whatever. I used to be like really big into the knightly orders in high school. I was like such a Knights Templar fanboy, and now I don't care anymore.
You got a super chat.
Ah, what was it say? Hello, Almond. I tripped.
Almond?
Almond.
Almond?
Almond. Look, I don't have my glass.
Almond?
No, stop it. I don't have my glasses on. Okay.
I mean, maybe they mean it to be.
I thought it was gonna be like Alvin or something. I was like Al. I saw the Al part, and so that came out first, and then I was like Almond.
To be fair, it's Almond Alex, so maybe you
Yeah,
saw.
tripped me up a little bit.
Almond.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you could still do sex.
Play Age of Empires Orders?
No, I played Age of. What was it? Age of Empire Earth or whatever.
Oh, Peru.
Something like that.
In an Asian language that YouTube won't let me translate.
Oh.
I really hate that.
We need to see the wife again, apparently.
Oh, it's Matt. We ignore Matt.
Oh.
Hello, Matt.
A larger stash with curls. I've played around with it a little bit, but I just end up getting annoyed. It bothers me. My mustache has this pesky habit of splitting in like twos. It'll like this piece will go this way, and then this piece will go this way, and then it drives me nuts. So I end up cutting it. It's never managed to survive long enough to do that.
Like that, if you ever come to Germany, maybe next year.
Germany. Oh yeah.
Traveling. I'm apparently your AI wife that you built.
Oh, cool! I'm very impressed.
Does that mean that I am womanly perfection? Why do you have to think about it so hard?
I was trying to think of something clever to say. I was gonna say no because there's no way I could have built anything as beautiful as you.
Oh, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
You took too long to answer that.
I had to compose it. I had to work on it. Usually I got those things built in, but I'm distracted right now.
That's funny. Someone says, could you speak slowly so I can understand you if you don't mind?
I can endeavor to slow it down a little. I do tend to get a little.
You are pretty wordy.
I get it.
Vocabulary could also help
I get excited.
because you have people from all over the world.
It's true. It's true.
With
I will
languages.
endeavor to not ramble so excitedly. This bounces.
Rom-com.
This bounces so much. Boing. Look at this. You just give it a little tapping. Well, now it's not doing it.
What room do you film in usually?
My dining room.
Hey, your mom's in the chat.
Hello.
Hello, Mama.
Oh, there goes the nail.
Is it your study or den?
Dining room. It's sort of a dining room / study. The dining room's big enough that I was able to do it. I knocked the nail out. I have broken it. Sad.
Oh, they want to learn English.
Ah.
So that's why they asked you to. So I think if you could at least sometimes speak slower.
Slower.
I was going to say more slowly. And slower.
I will, yes. I have broken the top of this a little bit. I popped the nail. There was a nail holding the...
Oh, someone's in a fencing school in Germany.
Ah, that's exciting.
I think we're only going to Munich for 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. 3 days in Munich.
Some impractical but weirdly effective moves.
I would love to be able to speak other languages. I have always had a terrible time with language. What?
Te amo. No, what was the first thing you had said?
I'm not saying it. I was so confident about that too.
Okay, can I tell the story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So one day I just randomly told him Te amo. If you don't know, just means I love you. And he very confidently said aquí, which is the word for here. And he really thought he had it. I was like, all you gotta do is say it back. So now he knows. But I love that story.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I had a hard enough time learning English. I don't need to pick up another one.
Someone says music. Oh, the same person. Munich has nice fencers. If you can visit them there, they're really good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess I could probably loan some gear. I am not dragging my fencing gear across, like, what? How many countries? 3? How many countries are we?
What?
How many countries are we going to?
Technically 4 if you count Liechtenstein.
Yeah, I'm going to count it just to make the number bigger. I am not dragging my fencing gear across 4 countries.
Do they have a map you can borrow?
But yeah, if the opportunity presents itself, and then the gear presents itself, sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I don't have a mic.
You can have one. We have.
Isn't it inside?
Yeah. I can go get it. I'll go get it.
Okay.
You can entertain.
I'll entertain.
Here you go.
Oh, hey, Mom. That's July 22nd. We leave for. Where are you gonna put it? My shirt doesn't. Okay. Hello.
Hey.
He's grabbing another mic because he put his on mine. So I'm looking at the chat here. All right, let's see. All right, we've got some. Let's see. Come to Alaska. Was your trip late June into July? We go. I dropped the sword. Austria, then Germany, then Switzerland. Somewhere in there is Liechtenstein. Sperrau in Berlin. I don't think we're going to Berlin. I bring a group of high school students every year. Sorry, the chat. I'm way up in the chat. I don't know what y'all are saying. Why the big cat scratcher? Okay, that's good to hit.
I'm
There
back.
you go. You're back.
Now we both have mics.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll still be
Excellent.
calling out questions from the side.
Ah.
I got lost in the chat for half that time.
I teach fencing. Yes. I've dabbled in rapier and dagger. Well, that's kind of the extent of it. Any sort of back-weighted fencing stance is always murder on my knee. Ugh. I can't take those guards. That's why I like Meyer's stuff. One more reason to like Meyer is that it's, you're either like, I mean, sometimes you might pull back, but for the most part, he's more front weighted, which is my good knee. So if I can fence with my weight on my good knee, I will happily do so. If I have to fence on my bad knee, there's a finite limit to how long I can do that. So that tends to keep me away from it more than anything else. So for Toaster Enjoyer, a footwork question, do you prefer more conservative steps or larger motions? On the same note, another question is passing steps or crab movement? Or crab movement. I like that. That defines it very well, though. The answer to that is I don't think you should have a favorite. I don't think you should not have a favorite between those. You should use them as best suits your needs. I'm trying so hard to resist the urge to quote Meyer again. Oh.
Someone made the joke, the knights that say knee.
The knights that
That's
say
a
knee.
good joke.
Yeah.
Underscore, I need to know what to call you. You're just going to be underscore.
But it is okay, it's useful. I'm going to paraphrase him. Let's see. Basically, that you should... He says that if you want to, a way you can misdirect your opponent is to get them convinced you're going to do one kind of stepping and then do the other. So if you want to kind of lure them into a false sense of security, you kind of start with maybe small little steps or whatever, and you're just kind of ba ba ba, and then you never commit to any sort of big steps, and you get them to the point where they're convinced that that's the only kind of stepping you're going to do, and then once you've got them figured out, boom, you go in and you pop them. Or alternatively, you come in with these big whoop, and then you get right before you engage, you come in with these big movements, and then you're really tight, and then you're in, kind of thing. So he thinks you should be able to do both and switch between the two at the drop of a hat.
Someone wants to know, do you go to Renaissance fairs, and have you done any public sword fighting in armor?
Yes, but not at Ren fairs. Yes, and yes, but not yes at yes.
Yeah.
So I will go to Ren fairs. I have never done a show at a Ren fair, but I have done demonstrations in armor to a crowd before. There was a fun one we did for a D&D night at a museum.
That was fun.
Did you see? You were at the table for that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was table
You missed
staff.
it. So we got to the part of the presentation that was about stealth rolls. So what we did is I had been part of the presentation up to that point, and then I did some fencing on stage for people, and then I disappear and I slink off. What happened is that I booked it on, backstage, and then I back out, and I came all the way out of it to the front entrance of the theater, where I got put into armor, and then I snuck my way back in just while they were talking about stealth rolls in D&D. So I was commando crawling on the floor in full armor, and then I just snuck my way up, and I just made a big ham of it. It was delightful. The best part about it was that I actually surprised the presenters. They didn't notice me because they were on stage. So they had the stage lights hitting them, so they couldn't see me. It was as far as their eye adjustment went, they had no idea I was there until I just pop up from underneath the stage, and I just poke up and I look at them, and they were genuinely surprised by me. So that was the best part. Even though I was making a complete ruckus doing it.
I was about to say, you were in full armor.
Yeah,
How did you sneak up on them?
I was, loudspeakers.
That's true. There's a bunch of other people there.
Yeah.
Do you know any good HEMA clubs in Wisconsin? Probably a good time to talk about HEMA Alliance again.
Yeah, HEMA Alliance is, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm sure there is one. Should have said boo at the same time. I think I said something to them. I don't remember what I said, though.
You had to have taken the opportunity.
I'm sure I said something.
Ooh, most quiet armor.
Most quiet armor would be like a gambeson.
I don't know if they're asking specific. That's a spider. most specifically about metal armor. I
Mhm.
panicked. Oh my god. Persian had quiet armor, leather, solid snake, school of stealth. I
Yeah.
won't be able to say that twice.
CQC.
Oh, someone said they found their club by the club finder in your bio.
Oh, hey. Oh, that worked
Yay.
out for someone. I think the heat's finally getting to me.
You've been out here a while. Yeah.
I'm just like, ugh.
I'll go get you cookout. I got you, boo. That's all it took.
Cookout?
Do you want cookout?
Maybe I do. I mean, now that you've said it.
Yeah, we're in Eastern North Carolina, so cookout is a religion. That and Bojangles, you know. Oh, I like this question. How do you deal with fencing the same people over and over again? Do you have to just figure out ways to constantly fence in new ways?
Yes. Well, it becomes a head game. It's, you know each other's tricks, so you get into their heads, and you start playing these like will they, won't they things. My favorite exchange that I had against the head instructor, because we've been fencing each other for like a decade, so we know each other pretty well in that respect. And the exchange was like 5 intentions deep before we actually started. So we were kind of going back and forth, and we kept kind of like doing the same sequence, but we would change something each time to trip the other person up. So I think it ended up being something like I would initiate by going to long point to draw him out, and as soon as he would make a bind, I would lift off, come out, and cut for his hand. So that was the way it started. So I managed to pull that off like once. And then the second time I tried it, I went to do it, boom, and I went for it. He knew it was coming, so he parried it, and then he hit me back. So then the next time I went up, I'm like, oh, I see what we're doing here. So then I went long point, he went for it, I pulled off, I went to cut, he went to parry it, I broke off, and I cut again. So then the next time I go, whoop, whoop, and he stabs me on the next one. So then we go at it again. And then I go, okay, I'm gonna go boom, whoop, whoop, and then I hit him again. So it was like, we just kind of had this fun pass of just daring the other to like break the game. And then we just kept going deeper and deeper. I want to say we actually skipped one of those iterations though. Like, I think I managed to anticipate one of them, and I went 2 deeper than he went. I think it was probably one of the feints. So I think maybe it was like I did the one and then the boom, and he parried it, and then he hit me. And then I don't think I did that again. I think the next time I went 1, boom, feint, feint, boom, or whatever. All right, I think that was the one I feinted. I actually feinted. I skipped the one feint. I went to the double feint. So I'm like, oh, the next time we go through, he's going to think I'm just going to go feint, hit. So I decided, oh, no, I'm going to go feint, feint, hit. And then that one tricked him up. So I think we actually skipped one of the stages. But that's, whatever. You get the idea.
There was a question, then a bunch more came in. The difference between facing someone in a sword duel versus encountering a single opponent in war. Is there? I mean, it's obviously all that stuff going on around you, but
yeah, I'm wondering if I don't know. I mean, I think there's one of the things would be that if there's the potential for somebody else to intervene, then you have sort of an expedited urgency to the whole situation, right? If it's truly a duel one-on-one, you probably have more time to just feel the situation out. So you don't have the same urgency to resolve the matter like that. That can potentially be a ploy that you use. be the first of the field, rush upon them with blows before they can develop a plan. Like that is a plan, right? Just attack them so quickly that they cannot make a plan. But you might also choose to, buy yourself time to come up with more of a plan. And if you're in a dueling context, you have that luxury. But if we're talking about some sort of hypothetical like battlefield situation, then even if the odds of you being truly at a 1v1 is extremely low, but if you somehow do end up in some sort of hypothetical 1v1, there is still the very real possibility of something intervening in that fight, be it somebody else comes to assist them or assist you, or there's a projectile involved, or who knows what else. So that definitely, you don't have the luxury of time in that sort of context.
Someone earlier had asked, what do you practice with besides longsword and rapier? It's an extensive list.
I mean, these days that's the gist of what I focus on. But I've done some staff work, some spear work, messer. I used to do messer more. I don't do messer so much now. The thing with the rapier that I do, the style of rapier I do, is that it is really versatile as far as what kind of game you're playing. It's not a hyper specialized rapier. It is a pretty like middle of the road one-handed sword. It will do one-handed sword things. So it can be kind of treated as a stand-in for a lot of other one-handed weapons. You can kind of play it like it's a broadsword. You can kind of play it like it's a dussac. You've got options here. There, of course, it's not a curved blade, so you can't do any of the like dedicated curve kind of like actions with it. But you could still do the large corpus of work there, and just you apply it to this sword. So that tends to be why I favor this particular sword so much, just because I can use it to improvise and play at basically anything I'm trying to work on. How does a short edge overhaul work? Yeah, I can. I've got some more videos on those coming up, actually.
You need me for this?
I don't know. It could be useful. How long have we been going? What time is it?
6:15.
6:50. Yeah, we should probably wrap things up here soon.
Where's my sword? It's right behind you.
Let's see.
In my slippers. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, we can. How about we do like a quick little Q&A demo type thing, and then we can wrap it up. Because I am wearing out here with this. I can.
You look tired.
Yeah, I'm getting.
You're very sweaty.
Yeah, we were recording for a while. It's amazing. You're gonna find out. Keep in mind our outfits. You're gonna see the videos we did.
You'll see these outfits again.
You'll see these outfits again. We did like, we may only managed to make like 3 videos, and it took us.
Getting close to 2 hours.
Took us about 2 hours to get 3 videos.
And you still went back in and finished editing.
I still finished more video. It takes a lot.
It takes a while.
It's you'd be it's you see a video and it's like like a minute long video. It did not take a minute to make, I tell you that.
All right, what are we doing?
Okay.
Do you want me to be here? You be there?
If you could put on a mask, that'd be
right. Let's
ideal.
not get into YouTube jail.
Yeah, don't go to jail for that. Okay. Yeah, so the short edge Oberhau thingy majigger. There are a few ways we can do this. The essence here is that as you are throwing that cut, you are turning the edge down. Then you have a couple ways. You could do it this way, you could do it that way, you can do it either way to either side. So kind of, this is, I guess, a spoiler for the video that I'm going to post, is that depending on which side you throw it to, it changes the blade interaction. So if I decide to throw the cut and I turn my edge in from my left, like this. So if I'm throwing that cut and I turn it so that the blade pivots from my left, and I throw that cut from my right to her right, that is going to end up on the coming down on the outside. You're not quite in frame. You come in a little bit more. Yeah, there we go.
I thought you were going to tell me.
So yeah, just put that out of the way for now. So if I If I try to like just hit with this, it's going to go boom right there. The specific target that Meyer gives for this cut is that you're not trying to hit their head, you're trying to hit their ear, because this is a provocation cut. So it's basically just there to just hurt them and open them up somewhere else for someplace deeper. But you might be like, well, why isn't it, if you can hit them with it, why not give it a cut that's actually going to do something? Why not just boom, hit, done? The expectation is that we're not going to actually be able to land this. We're doing it in such a way that if it does by some miracle hit, we hurt them. But it's important for how this cut works that we get our sword inverted. That's the most important part about this provocation, is that that sword needs to be inverted, because that's what facilitates our real cut. So we throw this cut, trying to clonk them on the ear, try to just whoosh. And I suppose if you like really got it, you could take it down to the elbow and like sink it in there. Shoulder. Yeah, if you could potentially just take the ear and then bite into their shoulder, potentially. But what's most likely going to happen is I go to do this, and they go and parry it. At which point I roll off and I hit with a long edge cut. So once again, I start to throw my cut. I invert it in the air, turning the sword turning the back edge, turning it from my left. My sword's inverted. It is at a position where it's threatening the side of the face there. She's going to push that aside. I let that go, and I cut straight down the middle. You can also add a bit of a...
Oh. I thought we were done.
Oh, no, I was done. Because there's the other side.
I'm still on cookout.
Yeah, I want some cookout, too. It's about dinner time. Yeah, so if I do it this way, it's going to threaten, she's going to push it off, I roll off, I pow, right there. If I instead do that same turn to my... Well, I guess I can quickly, to do that cut to the other side, I have to instead turn my sword from my right, throwing it from my right to her left. Same mechanic happens here. I can roll off and hit. However, if I pivoting it from my left, throwing it from my right to her left, it's going to come in at this hooking angle here. So I can't roll off. My hands are crossed. You can kind of like, you can pop under with it, but you're not in a position to roll off easily. In order to roll off, I'd have to unwind and then go again. We don't really want that. That takes time. If you get caught like that, it's usually a bad time. But what we're trying to do there is we're trying to basically throw it in a way that kind of like hooks over their cut and threatens them anyway. And then if we can wrench, because we established an overbind. In doing that hooking motion, we are now technically over their blade. So we can drive down from a position of superior leverage over it and try to like scoop it down and open them up some other way. So it can be something that ends up looking very similar. We could just go boom, boom, like that. And it could look exactly the same, just with a beat instead of the rolling off. But it could also end up being something a bit more like boom, there, and then up to here, whatever else. You can kind of play with it from there. So, whatever works there.
There was a mosquito on my mask. That sucked.
Yeah. So it's set up for a better cut. You're trying to set up for a better cut if it succeeds. But if it succeeds, you still hit them, and then you hit them, and then you go through and you hit them with the real cut anyway. So there's kind of a thing there of when you're doing it at speed, the two cuts become kind of the same flowing thing. So I don't go 1, 2. I go 1, right? Like. You're using that first cut to wind up and build momentum for your second one. So it's a very multifaceted cut. It is a feint. It is a cut that can hit. It is also you accelerating up momentum to make your next cut stronger, because you're really going by about this point. So Boom, it hits. A lot of juice. I'd rather not. I don't want to put that much juice into it without jackets involved. So.
I like Norm. Norm says we should stop and go eat.
Why not push a point in the second false edge cut example? You could. Yeah, you absolutely could. Yeah, you could. That could be like, boom, you get that thing, you get the hooked cut in, boom. You could push the point. The risk you run if you push the point instead of clearing their blade is that they technically have the center from you. So that'd be the risk you're running. That's going to be a judgment call. If their point is anywhere where it might be threatening you, you'd be better served trying to just gain control over the blade. If they come up and they kind of do this sort of parry, then by all means you could carry it through and try to thrust. And then if they keep pushing this way, you could Dirk Vexel. So you go, boom, you threaten the point, they set it off, you Dirk Vexel underneath, and you reapply the point. So that's an option. I just be very careful about doing that if they are parrying in a way that's working their point in toward you. That'd be the only concern there, because at that point they have you locked on the outside and they have their point on the inside. So that'd be bad. But as long as they're not doing that kind of parry and they're doing the other kind of parry, then by all means stab at them.
All right, this question has been asked a lot. Is there a meta in fencing? Are there some moves that are more favorable or more competitive, or do you just make use of most moves?
I'd say there's like current meta. A while ago, the meta used to be Zverkaus. People would just spam Zverkaus like crazy. But then people figured out how to deal with that, and then they stopped doing that quite so insane. Since it would just be boom, 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 and nobody knew how to deal with it. But now people do, because that was the meta, and then people figured out how to counter it, and then a new meta developed, and so on. For a while, it felt like meta was basically like Geisels. It was just people
are mad that
people
we're
just being
those.
Like, boom. They just throw those out like crazy. They're just boom. They love those, and so that was meta for a while, and then people started to figure those out. At the end of the day, simple timing and distance wins fights. There are all sorts of techniques you can do, but the most meta of meta things is just having a good sense of when you are in range and when they are not in range, and vice versa, and being able to just get that quick little in, boom, out. That if you can do that against the other person, then you never even actually like get into a sword fight. You're just racking up points against them. If they're good enough to not let you do that, you have to play a different game. But if there is a skill disparity, then even if the other person's good, right? But this is not strictly like a noob stomping thing. Yes, it is a noob stomping thing. You know, if you're fencing somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, they're just kind of boom. You can just sit there and just rack up boom, boom, boom over on just spacing them out. Get your hit, get out. But even if they are experienced, as long as they have a better grasp of that timing and distance against you, they can still chew you up hard on that. Because you're going to be sitting there doing everything you can to try to like work your way in, and then they're just like, yeah, keep coming, whatever you want to do.
Need more.
Yes, I understand. Yes. Okay. All right. We're gonna wrap.
I think
that
that's
up.
a good stopping. Even the chat is telling you to go eat.
Yeah, I just wanted to tie a little bow on the end of that point. Okay. So we're gonna wrap that up. We're gonna go get dinner. I hope you all have had a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. We're gonna eat and have fun with cookout, because it is good. If you've never had cookout, get cookout. It's very delicious. If you're in North Carolina, or I don't know where, it's South Carolina too, maybe Virginia.
I don't know how far it goes.
Get cookout.